It's the old school gamer back again with some more golden lap action. This is race 7. We are currently sitting pretty at the top of the drivers tournament with a lead of 16 points, but being harassed hard by Ferrari's Michele Alboreto. And in the team constructors, we're currently second. We lost out to the Ferraris in the last race where we spun off and didn't finish. And right behind us, McLaren's pushing hard, 43 points. So a real 3-horse race in the constructors. And so we've now got Monaco race, bumpy track, so its crash chance is higher, overtake chance is lower, engine performance is lower, crash chance is higher. So a lot of chances to crash here. And it's a sponsor bonus payout. So I guess if we get our sponsor bonus, we get double, so that's great. We've only got $5 to spend on this turn, so I think we're going to steering because we do want to be able to steer in this race. Lots of twists and turns. Let's jump into qualifying. And it's going to be a wet qualification, starting wet and gradually drying off. Let's see how wet it is. We want to go wets or intermediate. Yeah, wets, intermediate to begin with, and then we'll have to switch to wets. So Billy Murray, crew chief of Team Arrows, partied a bit too hard, -1 modifier. Same thing for Team Renault and Brabham BMW team. That was a big party. Okay, let's see if we can get out. Let's try and get out first, and then we will sneak out in the middle of the pack maybe with Fisher. So we should have clear track. I think most of the cars are going to be out of our way by the time we get around. Yes, so I've got a good chance here. Let's see how we go on the Monaco race circuit. We should set the pace at the beginning. I'd just be interested to see how the Ferraris do. They're not able to beat me at this stage, so we're going to get at least pole, and conditions are only going to worsen as we go on here. How's Fisher going to do? He ends up getting 5th place at the moment. He's probably going to drop down though as the faster drivers come in, but we'll take pole at this stage. Looks like Alboreto's pushing harder on that second lap. Arnaud's pushing harder on that first lap. So it'll be interesting to see how we finish here. I think we're going to hold on to first place at least at the beginning. And then we'll look at if we get another opportunity. So probably intermediates again, or do we want to switch to wets? Probably wets at this stage, and we want to focus on steering. That was a really bad tune. Slightly better. Let's get a good one. Yes. Okay, not too bad. And let's go. We want to get out as soon as we can. And now Fisher's coming in at 13th place for its tune. There we go. And we're going to go on wets. And a little bit there. And we'll get him out nice and early. Let's see how many cars get in our way as we come around for our P1 lap. Couple of cars beginning to go out now, so it's going to be a matter of luck of the draw. Should be okay. I think 17 is probably going to get in our way, but let's see how this goes. Yeah, no improvement on that first lap, first sector. Arnaud has made improvements. Second sector, no improvements. So yeah, either the conditions getting worse, or that straggler behind us prevented us from speeding up. Let's see if anybody takes pole. At the moment, nobody's making improvements. Most teams now are switching over to wets. Let's see if Fisher doesn't look like he's made any improvements, so probably 13th for him is going to be where we end up. And PK coming around for his in lap. and we'll be pitting as he comes around the end here. Let's get another tune, and we just want to remain focused on steering. And we'll push him out the end of this group. There we go. They're all going to be going in on their next lap, so they'll be out of our way. Maximum tune there, another max, close to max. Lots of good tunes there. Let's see how we go here. Can we make an improvement? Clear track in front of us. Let's go. First sector. No improvement. Looks like the wet has definitely impacted our ability to go faster. Second sector. Second sector, no improvement. Yeah, so we're going to remain in first place. I don't see any other teams making enough improvement to challenge us. So yeah, our last lap 2 seconds slower than our fastest lap. So, and that's generally the theme for most teams. Mansell 2:16 versus 2:14. Arnaud. Some of Arnaud, I don't think he probably ever made a good lap on the beginning of the race. So it's really just more about tuning now for the race and getting, as good as a position as we can be. Let's get that next tune in. See if we can get our golden tune in here. Nope, it's a shame. Next turn. And I'm going to send him out. Doesn't really matter now because it's less about qualifying faster. It's more about just tuning the vehicle. Let's go for 11 here. Man, some really bad tunes here. Okay, we've got a golden tune, and now we want to focus on acceleration. Okay. Let's speed up. A couple of drivers making improvements. Looks like Michel Alboredo's crashed out. Hopefully he's okay. That allows us to tune at least. It doesn't allow us to tune. That's kind of annoying. Everybody's restarting. So let's just let's speed up time. And just switch out our tires. And that's going to be the end of qualification. Nobody's going to get around. Nope. And we stayed in first place. So first and 15th for Fisher. We got pole. Can we win the race? And it's going to be starting wet and then gradually drying out. So on the grid we have Piquet, followed by Mansell, and 2 Ferraris, and then Angelus, Tambay, Wagner, Patrese, Niki Lauda, and Thierry Boutsen. Okay, so it's definitely going to be pretty an intermediate, I would think. It's going to be drying. Yeah, wet's is too wet, so I think intermediate's going to get a little wetter, and then it's going to get dry again. So we want to push hard on some intermediates because it is going to get wetter. Yep, and we'll chill on this one and go second. Everybody else went intermediates. Let's go on board with PK. Let's see how we start. Hopefully being in the lead allow us to pull away a little bit. I'm going to drop back now. And drop back. Fisher unfortunately dropped a couple places, but he's just able to gain them back again. So he's in 15th. Fastest lap by me, 2:17. And hopefully we can just keep pulling away. We're going to keep pushing because we're going to be changing tires pretty quickly. As soon as that starts to dry, we will want to be on pretty hard compound or medium. Let's pull back. We don't want to risk crash. Getting a nice little lead at the moment over Mansell, 6 seconds behind me. Pulling away. Definitely the open track helps. Hopefully we'll avoid some red flags here. Going to push on a little bit more. Mansell making a bit of an effort to get back in this. Drop the lead down to 3 seconds. Mansell just completed fastest lap. I don't want to risk crashing. We crashed last time because we were pushing a bit too hard. So let's see if we can stay slinky. We've restored a little bit of our lead. Nobody's pitted at this stage. What's the conditions like? We're still very much within intermediate zone. We need this to dry up quite a bit more, yeah. Probably around this point, lap 22, we might consider switching over to hard compound or medium. It's probably a 2-stop strategy at this stage. We're able to keep Mansell off. He's pushing hard again. The advantage for us is that as he's pushing hard, he's burning his tires down. He's also using up fuel. We'll be able to put the hammer down towards the end of the race and ensure we're going, as fast as we can in the most important laps, i.e. the ones near the end. Sitting pretty in first place with a 5-second lead. Yep. Okay, we're nearly at the wettest point And then this section here is pretty similar to the beginning. And then it's going to be the second leg that pulling away again from Mansell, 8-second lead now. Lauda just completed fast lap in 2:08, really fast. Is Lauda going to better back that up? Being held up a little bit by boots on. 2:16 for us. What did Lauda do? Yeah, 2:18, 2:13 by Alboreto. So reeling him in slowly, but so far going well. And nobody's pitted. .215 lap. Fisher still 15th. Lap 11. Okay. Lauda still has the fastest lap. It looks like everybody's calmed down a little bit now. 2:14, 2:15, 2:16 by me. And still no pits. Answer's not really pressuring me. 3 seconds off. Under 2 seconds now. He is burning fuel to be able to do that. Still no pits. And it looks like it's going to get wetter again. So this could just be an intermediate race where we never really get into the zone where we can have dry tires. There's a yellow flag. We definitely want to consider going into the pits, getting our tires switched out, probably for another set of intermediates at this stage. Still no pits. Normally lower down the grid would be the first to go for a pit stop. Yep, Mansell's not able to really get past me. He gets close and then he falters and I'm able to pull away again. Oh, we got our first pit. Cheever's coming in. Assuming he'll stay on intermediates. He does. So we'll start seeing the pit stops now. Do we go for an early pit? We haven't been pushing hard, so it's less value for us. The longer we can go, the better. So no. I'm going to push hard on PK. Burn our tires down a little bit. Okay, 5 Lauda's gone in. He switched to intermediates as well. Just trying to maximize the gap. I will probably go for pit on the next stop. Okay, Mansell's gone in. We will pit. We'll ease off here. We currently have a 28-second lead. It's going to be really close. Whether we'll get in and out in time. It's all going to come down to how good our pit stop is. 12 seconds, that's perfect. And get out just ahead of Mansell. Just in time. Wow, that was close. So 3 and 4 both have to pit still. We're now up to 13th with Fisher. And then I'm going to let him just stay on his as long as possible. And look to switch out down the road. Maybe for one touch stop strategy. It just depends on how wet it's going to get. If it's going to get significantly wetter, then we're going to have to switch again. And we'll eventually have to get wets. But let's see how this goes. Okay, let's just see if we can stretch out our lead again. Pull away from Mansell and Alboreto. Alboreto surely's got to go in soon. Extended our lead over Mansell now. Got a 5-second gap. We're coming into the stragglers now. We're going to be starting to lap people as we come round. So hopefully they get out of our way. Quite a few other racers have not pitted at this stage. Alboreto is not pitted. Rosberg is not pitted. Arnaud is not pitted. DeAngelis, Fisher, Rinaldi, Steiner. So there's a lot of drivers who are choosing to delay their pit stop. And it does look like it's going to be an intermediate race. I don't think we're going to get into the stage of being wet. Or too wet for intermediates, so I think we're in a good position. So I think we can push on a bit more. a third of the race complete. Let's get past these stragglers. A lot of traffic. Let's ease off again. Okay, it's time to pit, I think, for Fisher. We're going to stay on the intermediates. I'm probably going to go into chill mode and try and just get to the end of the race. PK, we're going to push a little harder. And Fisher's in. Get a good pit stop, hopefully. 13 seconds. Not too bad. Currently in 19th, but that's us to the end of the race. I think too early for fuel. Yep, 2.1 laps, so a little bit longer. Probably lap 35, we'll start putting down full engine. Let's see if we can, we got Alvarez finally pitted. Looks like he only lost one spot. Mansell and Lauda both on similar strategies to myself. But we've got more tyre wear, so the longer we can ride this out, the better. Pitted now, we would not get to the end of the race. We're pulling out our lead again. A couple more laps and we can do maximum engine. Lauda still the fastest. Steiner still hasn't pitted. Finally he pits. Can we go full power yet? Not quite. Still sitting pretty in pole. And everybody's pitted one time. Some people very late, more recently. Others a little later. So I'll be seeing these guys coming first. And it does look like an intermediate. Doesn't look like it's going to get dry enough for anything other than intermediate. So no more pits at this stage. Oh, Mansell just gone in, so we should push hard now. Yellow flag, Ambrosio. So now is the perfect time to pit. We want to stay on intermediates and we want to come out. Good pit stop, 12 seconds. We lost one position to Alboreto. That's okay. We should be able to get to the end of the race now with these tyres. I'm very close to. Question is, do we want to? I think there's an opportunity at the end to do some fast laps. So let's see how we do here. So PK just behind Alboreto. They just took over first place. Pulling away nicely. Let's go PK. Fisher all the way down to 18th. And looking at positions of people before, that says some people going on to wets. This is a really interesting strategy. It's just, yeah. It's not getting wet enough. If this bar was continuing to go down, then yes, wets would have been the right call, but it's drying up again. So there'll be a period of time where intermediates and wets are almost as good as each other, and then eventually intermediates will improve. So now we're just going to see if we can ride out first place here. Alboreto's going to have to pit before us, so he's going to be on pressure tires towards the end. And it looks like at the moment we'll be very close to being in mediums. So the question is it worth pitting for maybe a soft compound at the end? We'll just have to wait and see what our lead is as we continue to push. .201. Just going to knock the engine back a little bit so that we do finish. At least for a lap. It does dry off right towards the end, so it could be an interesting race into the race where we're pushing hard. 12-second lead over second place at the moment. A couple of stragglers to deal with. Do we want to consider like I just don't think it's going to potentially dry up enough. Be nice if we could get the fastest lap off Arno. Alboretto's crashed out. Wow. So one of the Ferraris is gone. Great news for us. We get a red flag. Not so great news because that means our lead of 14 would have been 17, 18 seconds is now 0. It does mean we get to pit. I think we're going to stay on intermediates by the time we race. And we want to repair everything. I want to come out fast. So that's going to make the end of this race a little bit more interesting than it needed to be. We're going to go on board with PK. It's got a little bit of a gap. Everybody's on intermediates by the look of it. His head's now going to switch over. He's going to stay on his wets. So everybody's in position. Speed up time a little bit. What is everybody going to be on when we start? One minute to go. Still a lot of race to go. 20 seconds. Okay, pushing. And Fisher, unfortunately, didn't make up any improvement. So still on pole. Let's see if we can keep pushing our lead. We do have a bit of tyre leeway now. Everybody went on intermediates, so I don't think there's a risk of last minute shenanigans going on, so we should be good. We survived the standing grid. Fortunately, Fisher's strategy of just lasting, the whole race on 2 sets of tyres didn't really work out because we got forced to change tyres. So let's push. Let's see if we can get some positions with Fisher. PK's doing fine. Come on, Fisher. Just doesn't have the horsepower. Mansell's pushing hard. Well, at least the good news is Ferraris are currently all the way down in 8th. So good from a constructor's perspective. Lotus, they're out of it. Lauda and Wagner will get points. Sorry, Lauda and Tamba. I think Wagner is the McLaren. So potentially good race for us in terms of both constructors and driver. So we'll see. There's a lot of race to go. Still 19 laps to go. A lot can happen. Plenty of fuel. Yep, 0.3 of a lap, 0.1 of a lap, perfect. It's going to be finished getting lighter and lighter as we go through the race. Mansell just clocked in the fastest lap. I think we're going to go for a fast lap on the next one. Let's get queued up. Here we go. It looks like PK is going to have a bad lap, so doubtful this will be the fastest, but we'll give it a shot. See how close we get. $159. Okay. We will try again. Once he's cooled down, let's push Fisher. See if we can get some spots. Okay, here we go again. Is he in the zone this time? Doesn't say he is, but let's see if we can get that 157. We just got fastest lap. Beautiful. And we'll try again in a couple of laps as the track begins to dry out. Just extra points for us. We don't want anybody else getting those. We've got a nice 13-second buffer at the moment. Fisher all the way back in 17th. Okay, let's go for fastest lap as we come around. Let's go, PK. Yep, improved it. 156. That's 2 seconds faster than anybody, 1 second faster than anybody else at this stage. So let's see if anybody gets close. A 22-second lead now. We'll go for one more fast lap, I think. Here we go. Oh, can't focus, so let's chill. He's going to be in traffic, so Arno just took back fastest lap by 100th. Let's see if we can get it back. I think there's going to be too much traffic on this lap, but we'll give it a go. (1:56.52) to beat. And we're just taking it back. 1:55.32. Another second faster. Go for a quick pit stop. 36-second lead. That's worth considering. Maybe next lap we'll go for it. Let's do it. Do a pit stop and see if we can get a fast lap on the next one. I think it ensures that we're protected. Nobody's going to come in behind us. Get out quickly. 12 seconds, 13 seconds. That's good. Didn't lose any spots. Let's chill till we get our hot lap in place. We get past all this traffic. We'll see how fast we can go. Okay, here we go. This should be really fast. (1:49). Boom. Yeah, that's about 6 seconds faster, 5 seconds faster than Arno, so we're in a good spot. We're lapping quickly now. We don't need to push it. I think we can chill. Let's not have a risk of a crash. Coming up to the final lap. On board with PK. Another great win from behind. Started, I think, on 6th place on the grid. And through better tyre strategy and overall finishing the race strong, we end up on another P1. And that should put us in a really powerful position for the drivers' tournament. We'll see how many points we end up being in front. But with Alboreto dropping out and the Ferraris being outside of big points, top 3, we should be in a great position here. Everybody else coming around to finish. Three drivers didn't finish. He actually died. Alboreto died. So that kills his chances, obviously, of continuing in the competition. That probably gives me the Drivers' Championship, I think. Let's see how this... Beautiful. So let's see where we are. We've got 10 points for Williams because we got the fastest lap as well. We get an extra bonus point. We've got 9 points for Lotus. We've got second. We got our bonus. So let's see where this leads us. So unfortunately, second and third have both died. This particular season has been pretty tragic. 3 deaths. The nearest driver is Niki Lauda on 20 points. So he's 35 points off the lead. So in theory, I think I've won the championship for the driver. There's only 3 races left. So, 27, 21 points, 27 points max. So even if I lost every race and he won every race, he would still be, 47 points. So I think I've got the Drivers' Championship. Constructors are a little bit more interesting. Williams back on top again. Ferrari second, closely followed by McLaren. And then Lotus bring up the rear. So all to play for on the Constructors. Another great race. Hopefully you're enjoying these races. It's a lot of fun, this game. It's got a lot of depth. And it's been fun to see how we're going with one driver strategy in Nelson Piquet. So hopefully, if you do enjoy it, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe for playing more videos to come. And until next time, it's the Old School Gamer signing off. Take care, guys.